In the past few years, artist Chris Ann has given a shot in the arm to the divination community with her magical and masterfully crafted decks, with guidebooks chock full of wonderful insights for the beginner and advanced reader alike. Well, Chris Ann and Hay House have done it again with the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Per the description for this whimsical deck, with their illuminating conversations and grounded wisdom, the curious and quirky characters in this 78+1 card deck and guidebook are a strangely familiar twist on the traditional tarot. Journey with these friendly creatures to the center of your truth and allow them to guide you toward the unfolding of your intuitive knowing. Okay, there appears to be some damage to the card because the paper band was on too tight. This seems to be a recurring issue with Hay House and something they need to address. It's happened to me fairly recently. Now, comparing cardstocks of all of Chris Ann's Hay House decks, this seems to be a very close match with her Sacred Creators Oracle. And with the Muse, not so much. The Muse Tarot is a little bit thicker in its cardstock, and even more thicker with the Light Seers. Okay, the Light Seers and the Muse Tarot seem to be the closest match with their heft. Yeah, these two are a match. And the Curious Creatures and Sacred Creators Oracle, they are thinner but not flimsy, super matte. And just to make sure, yep, the Muse Tarot is thicker. So Curious Creatures is the closest match with the Sacred Creators Oracle. Should be easy to shuffle. Yeah, and that's a good thing. Here is the book. It looks like it has lots of wonderful information. It is thick, it is chunky. There doesn't appear to be any color pictures. Okay, what do you say we turn this deck over and do a musical flip through? Meet you on the other side. flip through of the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. I am so delighted. And the fact that, look at this, they gave you a choice of Fool. I'm probably, just to keep with the aesthetic of the deck, I'm probably going to use this one, but I don't know. I don't know. I think they're both delightful. And I'm just going to flip through and give you my first impressions while I'm flipping through. I know this type of deck isn't everybody's thing, you know, animal heads, human bodies. But this, Chris Ann has taken it to a different level. Like, I know those of you who love Baba Studios decks have maybe passed on the Fantastic Menagerie because this isn't quite your thing, but Chris Ann has made this type of deck and creature more approachable, definitely for reading in the tarot. And what she has done, which maybe some of the other decks, you know, have tried to do, but maybe not quite as successfully of this, is she really has captured the essence. Because those other decks, you know, like the Fantastic Menagerie, and there's another one by Taroko Studios along the same vein, they're working with existing artwork, you know, trying to make it fit with a certain card in the tarot. And Chris Ann has done this all from scratch. The digital collage with human figures, animal heads. And so she has really made it fit. Each depiction fit the suit or the card and the energy of the card. So I'm telling you, I am crushing on the wardrobe of a lot of these animals. Their wardrobe is better than mine. A lot of it's very retro, and I'm crushing on it. I love it. The bright colors and just, oh my gosh. And the wardrobe just adds that, the retro wardrobe just adds that little bit extra kitsch to it. Very interesting because the vibe, the aesthetic is very happy-go-lucky and whimsical and tongue-in-cheek. But I am very curious to read with this deck. I think it can be one of those, what I'm getting from it is going to be one of those decks that you could easily write off, but you shouldn't. And that's just the first impressions that I'm getting. And I love that you can see the devil's shadow right here. Oh, here we go in the tower as well. I think the collage work is masterfully done. And someone who's played around with, I don't do digital collage, I'm not that tech savvy, but just physical collage, I've just played around with it. This is difficult to do and difficult to accomplish with this level of excellence. And I think this deck, you can totally, a beginner could read with this deck with no problem because it follows the RWS system. What Chris Ann has done, I mean, I think, look at this jazz trumpetist. I think it's just masterful. It's genius. And you can pull a deck like this and, you know, if you're having a bad day, if you're going through a rough time, a deck like this would certainly add some lightness to your reading. Again, if you're a professional reader or just someone who happens to read with for a lot of people, your friends, your family, again, this deck is something that won't scare somebody off unless they have, you know, a phobia against, you know, these types of creatures. But I think, oh, look, she's got kind of Rosie the Riveter garb here. And she's just, I love the pose, the holding up the hand, and it's like, not today, Satan kind of pose, but oh man, I was just, while I was doing the flip through, oh, this is hilarious, kind of a Jack be nimble, Jack be quick kind of pose. The expressions on the animals with the clothes, I think is just, how could you not, enjoy looking at this artwork and this deck, whether or not, you think this is a deck that you can read with. How can you not help but smile? But yes, this is a first impressions video, so the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see, but I think what I'm getting at, and it's not going to be a deck that you should write off. And I love, love, love this Two of Cups. Look at the two dolphins. Oh, it's genius. It's just really, really genius. I love that in the court cards that she really, really picks the oh man, look at the baby elephant here. That she really picks the right animals to go with the suit in each of the courts, and to follow, to correspond with the element. A lot of birds with the air suit, and lions with the wand suit. And I think that she just really does a good job with the courts. And yeah, a beginner. Oh, the cups. Look, like I said, the perfect animal to depict the Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's just masterful. And I know I'm going to enjoy this deck. The borders have been kept really small, but it does add, in this case, it does add to the artwork, as opposed to having it borderless. So beautiful. And these colors, I don't know if my phone is doing it justice, but I don't think it is, because this teal blue is so vibrant. The colors really jump off the card, and I'm filming this in natural light, and it's kind of a cloudy day here in Texas, but yeah, I wanted you to get a real view instead of putting my lights up. So I'm telling you that these cards, the colors are even more vibrant than are coming up. Again, oh, love this dress. A green velvet. Oh my gosh. Crushing on the green velvet. Now quickly with the guidebook, it's a chunky monkey little guidebook along with Chris Ann's other books, following along the same vein. You're gonna get a lot of really good information in here. So you get a table of contents, so meet your curious guide, readings with these curious cards, pathworking with your curious guides, heads or tails, card spreads, the majorly curious messages, the minorly curious messages, oh I love that, acknowledgements, and then about Chris Ann. So let's go to spreads. And we have the spreads. Everyday Curiosity spread, just a 1-card spread. Earth Steward spread, so it's a 3-card spread. So how can I live in my nature better? How can nature help me? What action and change do I need to consider? There's a Taking Action spread, so it's another 3-card spread. A mating season spread, so that's probably a relationship spread, so that is fantastic. And then there's a guidance spread, which is a 4-card spread. So what you get for the contents, let's see, so there are 2 fools, for example, so you get the other one at the end. So you get heads and tails. So for upright and reversal, meanings. And then you get a description. So just a quick upright meaning, a quick reversal meaning, and then you get a lot more. You also get a conversation. So there's, a dog in the Fool card. Let's pull that out. Okay, so for the Fool card, you also get pup conversations. So you get a conversation section with the animal depicted. So for the pup conversation, it says, this is a trust fall you need to take for yourself. If you are a people pleaser or easily swayed by the will of others, how can you make sure you are following this new direction for you? Are you cultivating childlike wonder while contemplating where you are headed? What new energetic upgrades and skills can you welcome along the way? And what drives your instinct toward this new adventure? Oh, wow. So like her other books, you're going to get a lot of great insight in this guidebook, you know, just like Chris Ann's other offerings with all her other decks. Fantastic. So as we established, this is regular tarot size. So if you have small hands like me, you shouldn't have too much trouble shuffling this deck. And the cardstock is, you know, sturdy and matte, and I don't think we should get too many people complaining about cardstock. All right, let's wrap this up. I think this is a fantastic, imaginative, whimsical deck, an easy reader for beginners, something for advanced readers to enjoy. And if you know this type of artwork, digital collage, animal heads on human bodies, if that kind of turns you off normally, I would say this deck is really worth taking a second look at, because it is done in such an expert way. It follows the RWS system. It captures the essence of the suits so masterfully. And really, if you pulled this out, if you were doing readings for others, it would be something that would be, you know, the images would be non-confrontational or non-jarring. They'd bring a smile to your face. But again, like I said in my video, don't discount it, because I don't think it's going to be a deck that's just going to be stuff and fluff. I think it's going to be one of those, you know, surprise little gems that'll give you exactly what you need, despite its whimsical, happy, colorful imagery. And we all need those kind of decks in our lives, you know? So, so far it's a heads up for me. The proof is in the pudding. I haven't yet read with it. You saw me unbox it. I flipped through it the first time and saw it for the first time with y'all. So yeah, I would love to hear your comments and your first impressions of this deck. All right, so I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you for spending it with me. And with that, I will leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.